Good morning. Laws are important, right? Like the speed limit on Cedar Crest is 35. Everybody follows that, right? It should be 45, but it's 35, right? So we're all good and, dutiful citizens. Did they change it? When? Oh, is it 45 now? On the 4-lane? Okay, great. We put cones out here at the entrance, and everybody knows that you stay inside the cones. You don't drive around them. You go to Publix, and you've got your shopping cart, and you don't just leave it in the middle of the parking lot like a barbarian. You take it back to where it belongs. Truly, the worst people in the world are the ones that leave their shopping carts. It's going to hit a car. It's clearly a place for it to go. But Jesus says, do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets, right? The law and the prophets. A couple weeks ago, we had Transfiguration on Sunday, right? And, it's Moses and Elijah. So Moses is the law, Elijah, the prophets. So representing what God has given directly to Moses but in the law, but also what God has spoken through the prophets. And Jesus says, I'm not here to abolish any of that. I'm here to fulfill it all. I'm here to make sense of it. I'm here so that you can understand why I gave you this law, why I sent these prophets, why you can, and how you can understand what it is that I've been trying to convey to you. And it is a message of salvation. It is a message of reconciliation. It is a message of mercy. It is a message of peace. But in order to achieve that mercy, reconciliation, and peace, we have to be faithful to God. We have to be obedient to God. When he tells us to have no other gods before him, he's telling us that for a reason. He's saying, I require your undivided attention. You will be faithful to me and to me alone. You won't be faithful to anything else. And then Jesus shows us that as he comes to earth and he takes on flesh, and as he lives and teaches us, and as he dies for us, we see, okay, I'm called to be faithful to him. I'm not called to be faithful to the world. I'm not called to be faithful to stuff. I'm called to be faithful to him. And so he says, I'm not here to get rid of even the smallest letter, the smallest part of a letter from the law. And so he says, whoever breaks one of these least commandments and teaches others to do so will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. So when we're looking for loopholes, right, in the law, it's tax season, right? So we're all looking for loopholes, how we can, get away with the littlest amount of taxes that we have to pay. But maybe we do that in our spiritual life as well, right? For Lent, it's like, well, yeah, Friday, no meat, but oh gosh, it's midnight and I haven't gone to bed yet and I'm still kind of hungry, so I guess I'll just eat this cheeseburger that I have sitting in my refrigerator. Are you following the law? Yeah, I suppose letter of the law you are. It's now Saturday. It's no longer Friday. But are you really following the spirit of the law, and are you really understanding why that law is there, what the purpose of it is, what it's meant to do for you, how it's supposed to help you to grow in holiness through penance? And so if we teach others to do that, if we teach others, oh, well, here's the way that you can do the just absolute bare minimum, then we're not helping them to recognize the power of God. We're not helping them to see the greatness of God. We're not helping them to recognize that the Lord is God and the Lord alone. We're sort of making other false gods. We're making ourselves into a god, sort of. Saying, well, I'll just kind of skirt around and do the bare minimum that I need to. And so this time of Lent is an opportunity for us to rededicate ourselves and to say, how am I really doing in keeping the commandments? How am I really doing in keeping the law of the Lord? Am I breaking the least of the commandments because they're not really that important? Am I finding a way to kind of skirt around certain commandments? Am I finding a way to do the bare minimum? Or am I really striving to live as God desires me to live, doing his will so that I may be holy, doing his will so that I may be in union with him forever? So let us continue to rededicate ourselves throughout this time of Lent through our prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, that we may be faithful to God and his commandments, and that we may recognize that the commandments and the laws that he gives us lead us to peace and to freedom.